Welcome back, Office Executives. I am back again with another set of data, and in this data we are having a area code, area name, inspecting officer, meter reading, consumption, meter type, and owner name as the heading for the columns of this data set. Now I'm not going. I am just assuming that this is a clean data set. That is in the name Kuch Bihar there is no leading and trailing spaces. If so, to clean data, that will be another video. So I can use equal to trim. So I can use the trim function and then pass in the value of Kuch Bihar, and then just put this column in the place of area name to clean the data set. In the same way for the area code. Now this data is not sorted out also. So we have Kuch Bihar in here, and then Malda twice in here. So there are repetitions of name. Now my goal in this particular video would be, so we have 500 records in this particular data set. So yeah, here it is 501. So one getting one from one is the heading of this particular column. So we have 500 records. Now I'll be, first of all you need to just convert this data to a table. So let me just click on any cell and I'll be going to the design tab. Notice that whenever I am clicking outside of the table, this design tab won't appear. So this design tab will only appear when I am clicking inside the table. So that's a contextual tab. So here, from here I can just simply click to convert to range, and this is how the raw data was. So what I simply did is that I went to insert and then just converted this data to a table and made sure that my table has header, so that Excel doesn't forcefully apply some column heading to the data over which I am working on. Now my goal will be to just analyze this particular data. So for that, let me just insert a pivot table. So I'll be clicking anywhere inside the data, any of the cell inside this particular table, and then simply go to the insert and then go to pivot table. So select a table range. So this is the table over which I will be creating my pivot table over. Choose where you want the pivot table. I want the pivot table to be in a new worksheet. Now let me just hit OK. So now my manager wants to know whether more commercial meter or domestic meters are there. So in this particular data in record of 500 meters, whether the commercial meters are in more or domestic meters, domestic consumers are more over this particular data. That is what my manager wants to know. So what I will be doing is that I will be just selecting meter type over the rows, and again I will be giving meter type over the values. So I am having commercial of 242 and domestic of 258. So this clearly just represents that I am having more domestic meters over commercial meters. Now what I will be doing is that I will be selecting this Control C. I will be copying it and just I will be pasting the data right below it. Now I would like to know that what are the types of meter count for commercial and domestic meter in given area. So this is commercial meter and this is domestic meter. So we are having 258 over the 258 total domestic meter over the areas. The areas are Asansol, Midnapur, Shiliguri, Holdia, Krishnanagar, Howrah. But I want to know that what are the types of meter count for commercial and domestic meters in the given area. So once again, what I will be doing is that I'll be dragging this meter read. I'll be dragging area name over to the rows. So now we are having commercial and domestic meter. So and now will be meter type. I'll be just putting. I'll be dragging and pulling it to the value section. So in the Asansol section, we are having. Okay, so let me just take the meter type over to the column section. And okay, so meter type, so here it is. In Asansol we are having 19 commercial meters and 18 domestic. So grand total is 37. Now this data is not formatted because we are having 19 in here, again 19 in here. So what we can do is that we can just click anywhere in here and then right click. Okay, so right click in this data and then just sort from largest to smallest. Fine. So now the data is arranged for the commercial section, not for the domestic. So we are in the Krishnanagar, we are having 23 commercial, and for domestic we are having 16. Now we can just convert this data to a graphical, if you want to view this data in a graphical way. So what we can do is that we can we can just select this data. Okay, after selecting the data we will be going to the insert section, and then from here we will be recommended chart. So recommended chart, maybe a clustered one, and I will be clicking OK. So we are having 11 to 25, means there are many records. So I want to view the top 5. So here I will be clicking right click, right after clicking in here, and I want to view value filters, label filters. No, so we want to we want to view the top 5. So cancel. So we'll be just clicking on here, and then just short filter top 10. So we'll be label filter value. Okay, top 10. So top 10, show top, instead of 10 I want to view top 5. So let me just reduce the value, show top 5, count of meters. Okay, fine, let's hit OK. Now the data is here is the top 5 result, that is the top 5 count. So still we can just click on these data bars, right clicking on it, and then add data labels, so that we can view the values for the, so blue one is the commercial, we are having 23 Krishnanagar. Again on the red one, just right click and just add data label. Fine. So this is the value, and if we want to view this in a cluster format, what we can do is an insert, click on this chart, and then go to the design section, and instead of change chart type, then we will be going to the columns, and in here, okay, now let's hit OK. So now these are in one, so domestic is red and commercial is blue. So we can just give a percentage, quick layout. So here it is. There are different formats, whichever format you feel that okay, so this format looks good. So we are having domestic 16, 19. So this is a chart value. Now if you want to clear the filter, just click on it and just clear filter from area name, and we'll be having all of the datas in here. Now let's just analyze the data in a different format, that I want to know that the area in where the area of total consumption, and I want to view the percentage of it. So out of, if this whole of the consumption is being counted as 100, then what is the percentage of consumption being taken over by Kuch Bihar? So let me just make another pivot table. So insert, we will be going to the pivot table. Let's hit OK. Okay, fine. So now we want, so here will be meter type. Okay, so I want area of total consumption, So columns will be based on the area name. So here is the area and here is the consumption. So this data is again not sorted. So I will be right clicking on it and then sort from largest to smallest. So as we can see that Holdia is in the area of Holdia, the consumption is more, where Kharagpur is having a lesser, I mean the least consumption. Again, I will like to just mention that this data I have created it out of just, I mean, this is random data, and this is not some data pulled out, I mean actual data pulled out from the internet, whatever. So I'll be right clicking on it, and then I'll be having here some percentage option. So summarize values by show values, here it is, show values percentage of grand total. So Haldia is contributing 8% to the consumption, sum of consumption, and while Kharagpur is 4%. Again, this can be just showed in a graphical way. So again, we can go to the insert section and then click on recommended chart, and this time we will be just using line chart, and then click OK. So here is the graphical representation, Holdia, Kuch Bihar. This is a total. This is a graphical representation. Also, if we can change the chart type. So here is the, I'll be going to the format tab, and then not format, I will be going to the design section, and then I will be going to change chart type, and this time I will be using the pie chart, and then hit OK. So this is how it will look, and now I will be using the percentage, that what is the percentage they are consuming. So here it is. So 9%, 8%, and here are the name of the Holdia, Coach Bihar. So that's the one another representation. Now the last analysis I will be doing over this particular data is that there are several inspecting officer. Now I want to give them a medal, that who has this meter reading, meter type, who has done over this, I mean who has contributed I mean who has done meter reading max, I mean at max, I mean who is the most person, who is the person who has read the meters out of this data, I mean who has taken the most meter reading out of this data. So again I will be going to the insert section, and I will be inserting a pivot table and new worksheet. Okay, fine. So now I will be having the inspecting officer in the rows section, and in the value section I will be having meter type. So egg horse has done 65, has just visited 65 homes and taken reading for 65 homes, whether they are commercial or domestic, whatever it is. Now I want to make sure that whether this 65 value is proper or not. So I will be going to again to the meter data, and from here inspecting officer, I will be unchecking the select all option, and I will be checking egg horse and hit OK. So at the end of it, here is a trick. So as you all know that count works on number and count A works on number as well as text. But the problem would be if I use count A over this range of cells, count A. So this is the F column. So F2 to F50, 501, sorry, my bad, F501, the value is 500. So 500 is the total rows in this particular data. So whenever I'm using count A, it is also taking in account the hidden rows as well. So we cannot just match the value of 500 in this way. If we want to find out the value, we would need to use an aggregate function. So equal to aggregate. So I'll be using the count A function, tab, comma, and I'll be using this one again, ignore hidden rows. So hidden rows won't be taken into account. So earlier when I was using count A, it was taking into account the hidden rows. That's why the value which Excel was fetching was 500. So 3 comma, and now it is asking for the array. So array is within F2 to F501. So I'll be simply writing it by hand and hit enter. So it's showing 65. So here it is showing 65, so I can use a different color. Here it is showing the value 65, which is matching accurately with this data. Again, if we want to view their performance graphically, we can select, we can click on in here and just insert and recommended chart, and then whichever chart we find appropriate. So we can use the pie chart as well. So here is a chart. So if we want to view this in a percentage wise basis, so you can go to the format, so not format, sorry, design, and here in the quick layout section, here is the percentage. So 13%, 13%, 12%. So this is a graphical representation in this way. So before ending the video, let me just summarize what we have found, what we just did. So in sheet 2 we are having commercial meters 242 and domestic meters 258. So that is one analysis we did over this data. Again, over the area names, so within the areas, the count of the commercial and the domestic meters, that is what we have we did in this particular sheet, and here we are showing it in graphically. That is another analysis. In sheet 4 we are finding a percentage wise for the places name, what is the percentage of contribution to the total consumption, if the total consumption, that is what we are finding it out in sheet 4. And in sheet 5 we are just finding out that the persons who have taken the most meter reading count. So in this way, this data I have used the data, this one meter data, this one. So if I just go here over inspecting officer and clear filter from inspecting officer. This is the total record of 500. So that's all for this video. We can do more analysis over this video, like we can just extract the first name, or we can do some other analysis. So the so we I just showed a few of the analysis which we can do over this data. There are endless possibilities of what we can do with this data, what analysis we can do according to the requirement or according to what we are being asked. So let me know in the comment section how you felt about this video, and do drop a comment if you just want to work over this data. I mean this data which over which I am doing this particular data analysis in Excel. If you want to work on this data, just do let me know in the comment section. I'll be giving you link to download this particular data for practice. So that's all. Thank you all guys, and happy coding.